Welcome to Leadership to Go. My name is Pari Namazie. I am an executive and leadership coach and the managing partner at UNEPA. Join me as I explore leadership insights from all walks of life. Very warm welcome to Alexandre Bachir. Thank you, Alexandre, for joining us.
Thank you, Pari.
And I love, I'm really excited to have you with us because the story that you're going to share is a beautiful one. It's also very inspiring. And Alexandre runs, so I'll do a little brief introduction to you, and then I'm going to hand over to you to, talk a little bit about your journey, your leadership journey. So Alexandre runs is the managing director of a family business which produces ice cream. Starting in, I think the business first started in Lebanon, and now it is not only in the Middle East, but further in different parts of the world, which you'll tell us about. And one of the things that I love most is your title, which, it's not usually, you usually get Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, but Alexandre's title is Chief Joy Officer, and that just connects so much with me. And I guess if you're in the business of ice cream, you are bringing a lot of joy, right, to a lot of
That's it.
people. Yeah.
That's our purpose.
I love it. I love it. And it's just, I mean, when you just see that, it immediately connects to taking you into a place of joy and of happiness. So it's wonderful. And Alexandre, let me start with passing it over to you. Why ice cream?
Why ice cream? I didn't decide. So actually, yes, like you said, Bashir Ice Cream is the family business from Lebanon. So it's my grandfather with his brothers, so Edouard and Maurice Bashir. It's our family name, Bashir. Start doing ice cream in Big Faya in the mountain of Lebanon
Mm,
in 1936. So 90 years ago, next year.
wow.
Uh, and my father and my uncle, so four brother, continue the legacy in the 70s.
Hmm.
79, 80, they opened three new outlets in Beirut.
Hmm.
Jounieh, Jaledib, Ashrafi for the Lebanese people. And so we are the third generation. So I'm the general manager of Bashir Ice Cream Middle East, the company who's developed the brand in the GCC. But we are 14 cousins. We are 14 cousins, and more than half of them are working in the business. So why ice cream? Because we were in the business from when we were very small kids, and so I start my professional journey in France. But at one point, I came back 15 years ago to
Yeah.
continue with ice cream. But why? Because my father told me that if sometimes, because I was not very good at school, if sometimes I don't want to continue my study, or when I start working, if I don't like my job, because I was accountant, Bashir is waiting for you in Lebanon. So that's it.
That's really nice. I mean, I think sometimes I'm going to go into the family business and what your father said to you, because sometimes we get lost in life. We don't know what our calling is. We don't know, so many people just work in jobs that they don't enjoy. But somehow you had that as if this doesn't work, then I have the family business. Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Look, it's a good thing because I think working in family, especially, we were perhaps with the fourth generation, because the fourth generation is coming. My son is 22, so we are 28. So it's like 50 or 60%. It's very interesting because, okay, there is bad things and good things, but the good things are that we are all working for the same purpose,
Hmm.
the developing of the legacy that we had. you know, from my father and from my uncles and from my grandfather. So, because I was 10 when he passed away, so I remember him very well. So we are our focus is the same, developing the brand, and it's a family business. You know, when you say Bashir, we are very proud. My kids are very proud because it's our family brand, our
Yeah.
family name also. So that's
Yeah. And you said working for the same purpose, so you can mobilize the family, the 14 cousins, the next generation for the same purpose. What, how do you instill that sense of purpose?
I don't know if I have the answer, but um, when I came back, it was a little bit difficult because for me, my father all my life told me everything is ready, everything is ready. When I arrived, nothing was ready, you know, because the second generation. So my father now is 75. So 50 years ago, when they start the business with their grandfather, with their parents, uh, and they still work like that. So for them, it's normal. For me, when I arrive, I work in the corporate business. So I was waiting for something structure. Uh, there was nothing like that. So I was forced to start my own shops with my cousins. So every cousins start opening business because shops, same brand, same product, coming from the same factory, but we so when I arrived in Lebanon, I was 35, I think, something like that. Yes, so I was an accountant. So I was not an entrepreneur, and I was forced to be an entrepreneur. So and today, thanks to that, I think I can say that I'm an entrepreneur. What we are doing here in UAE and in Qatar, we are developing the business, and it's a very interesting way to develop. So I learn a lot, and my cousins and I learn a lot between us. So, you know, because everyone has his specificity, has his mindset, how it is, mindset,
Yeah.
and so it's very interesting, very interesting. And now we are working on the legacy to pass for the fourth generation.
So
So
interesting, Alexandre. I mean, these things that you said, I have a few questions. Let me break them down. Firstly, you talk about legacy. Can you define what the legacy of your grandfather was, what your father is, what your generation is? How is this legacy different?
uh, it's a family legacy. So even if some of our cousins are not involved in the business, they are very proud of the brand. You know, when some people say, "Oh, Bashir, yes, we have ice cream." Oh, okay. Especially now that you are open. So my three cousins, Caroline, Jessie, Marinin, opened shops in 8 years ago in Paris. So it's not only Lebanese market. So we are in Paris. My other cousins open in Sao Paulo as well. So you know, so of course, my grandfather, when he started building this, he was not imagining that we will today. We are in 5 countries developing the brand. But for us, legacy, I think it was natural
Yeah.
because when I was 8, 9 years old, I was helping my grandmother, sorry, doing the corns. You know, we are doing the corns in house, so it was doing near the house. So all this, you know, we were always in the business.
Yeah.
So it's more than a legacy. Yes, it's a family business brand.
Yeah, it's beautiful that you say that because you grow up from a child seeing, experiencing, witnessing. So it's so much part of the DNA. But I think what I meant by legacy is something you were talking about. You said you come into the family business that your father said, come, everything is ready, and then nothing was ready. And so, in a way, your legacy was putting in the structure and growing and diversifying Bashir ice cream. So, before, if it was only perhaps in Lebanon, I think your legacy and your generation, what you have left to Bashir, is internationalizing it.
Yes, when I said nothing was ready, of course there was shops, the business was growing, but there was no place for me.
Yeah.
So I create my place and all my cousins as well. And today, what we are doing, imagining the structure, the future structure of Bashir worldwide, and developing the business here in UAE and in Qatar, in the GCC, uh, we are building something new because we are growing, and actually for 28% it will be not enough in Lebanon. So
Yeah.
actually we are forced, not forced, but it's and like you said, structuring more professionally,
Yes.
because we are evolving today. Marketing is a must. 15 years ago, when you open our Facebook page, my father said, what are you doing advertising? We never do advertising. So so that's it.
Amazing, amazing. And I love how you also talked about that my I had to create my place and my cousins, we each had to create it. And that in itself is actually entrepreneurial.
Really.
That in itself, because you see something and you start thinking, okay, how do I improve this? How do I make it better? How do I take it forward? And you talked about I had to learn so many things. So what were some of the things you learned on your journey of becoming an entrepreneur?
I study accounting, so I was in a company. Okay, that's right. That the accounting is the middle of, so we are connecting with all the departments. But when I arrived to Lebanon, I was supposed to open my shop. I decided to open a shop. So and from zero. So uh, plumbery, carpenter, and after hiring people, I was not ready for that. So of course I've done a lot of mistake. Accounting, even if I'm an accountant, in the beginning it was very difficult to get a P&L ready and all this stuff, and after marketing as well. But today, what I'm learning today, when I sign a franchise agreement with a local company over here is Belhassa Hospitality, that today they are more my partner than franchisor, because I start with them the franchise model. So it was very interesting because, of course, I help them developing the brand because I signed a franchise agreement with the Mindshine, so managing franchise. So I was in the same time franchisor, but the brand manager, because we were building something. Okay, I bring staffs from Lebanon to train the people to how they need to scoop, but they I learned from them a lot because there was already a structured company. Never work in a structured company. So accounting, IT, HR, marketing. I've worked a lot with the marketing because for me it was something new. We need to advertise on Instagram. We need to work with aggregators. So and even today I still learn, and I want to learn because I need to learn. It's
Yeah,
not an option. I
yeah,
need to learn because I need to develop and I need to be professional regarding my franchisee.
yeah. And that relationship you said, the franchise and franchisee, it's like a partnership. You're learning from one another. How
100%.
how do you know? Like, what are the things you're looking for when you sign a franchise agreement? What's important in that?
Uh, uh, so for me, I think the main focus is on the people. For example, in Qatar, when we signed in Qatar, there was several companies who were interested in the business. I signed with the family that hopefully it will be actually, we already opened a shop 2 months ago. We will open a second one from now to the end of the year. But I signed with the family, the father and the two kids. And because I went there, I met them twice. The father come to Lebanon. So I think more than numbers, and they are a company with several brands and everything. Most important what the people,
Yeah.
like a wedding. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah. You're
marry with
marrying
someone
someone.
you can't
Yeah.
trust in. So
Yeah.
today with Belhassa family and Mansouri family, it's trust before everything.
It's so nice you say that, Alexandre. I wonder, is that part of our Middle Eastern culture or is that universal? How do you see it?
I don't know, but I don't think it's I think it's universal.
Yeah.
uh, but perhaps here in the Gulf and the Middle East, perhaps this is more important. But no, because look, there is a lot of agreement and franchise development who failed,
Yeah. Yeah.
and between Arab companies, not necessarily with foreign company. Foreign company, they fail because perhaps they didn't understand the market and everything. But no, I think it's worldwide.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talk about decision making, and a lot of decision making, people think decision making is mainly done with your head and the analysis, and you look at the facts and the information.
Yes,
But
you have
so
to
much,
this base.
yeah, but so much of it is based on your gut. Does it feel right? And I've spoken to a lot of different C-suite leaders, managing directors, CEOs, and whenever I ask them that question, that how do you make a decision? Most of them do tell me it's a gut feeling. I find that so interesting, and that's I think what you're talking about is that level of trust. Can we work together? What happens if we have problems? So how do you know if you can trust someone?
I don't know. Perhaps
What's
perhaps
your
my
gut?
wife will be able to reply to this question, because she is very not sensitive. She understands a lot the people more
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when we start working here with, I have an anecdote like this. She was working, okay, and I decided to sign with a design thinking company, okay, in the beginning, before signing with my first client, my first franchisee. And I sign and everything. They prepare everything, and they say, "Okay, we'll come at home to present all this." And my wife says, how did you sign? And I'm not aware about this. I said, but I need to take action. She said, okay, when they will come, it was perhaps 12 or 1 or 2 p.m. She said, okay, when they arrive, tell me. So they came at home and present the things. And I told her, okay, they are here. Say, okay, I'm coming. So she left her job, come. Oh, good evening. Say hello to everyone. Stay 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, she left, and she sent me, "Okay, you've done the good choice." I said, in the evening, I said, how do you? I don't know. I feel it. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And really, we
yeah.
worked with them for 2 or 3 years.
Wow, amazing. Really, it is that gut feeling.
So
And yeah. And Alexandre, you have talked to me several times about your wife, and I must
yes,
say, I really value that because, sometimes leadership is a very lonely journey, no matter who you're working with, family or who else, and to have someone that you can talk to and think loud with and trust their opinion is so important. And who is that for you? Who do you talk to? Who do you share that?
100% with my family.
Yeah.
Thanks God that my wife is completely with me. So
Mm,
we arrive here in Dubai. Okay, she told me, okay, we need to leave Lebanon. I think there is a problem there. I said,
mm,
okay, where we want to go? Okay, Dubai. But when we take the decision, we take the decision, both of us, and with the kids, of course.
mm,
But I will never tell her, okay, if the things were not happening like this, I said, oh, it's your fault. Yeah, yeah. And she will never tell me as well that, oh, you decide to come to Dubai. And so when we take a decision, we need to be aligned. And today, not only we take decision, both of us or five of us, but she is completely behind me. And when, doubts and
Yeah.
problems and uh, so
Yeah.
she completely understand what I'm doing because I'm talking a lot. So perhaps less and less because now my son Marwan is with me, so he's translating every of our meetings. So and he understands his mother more than me perhaps. So he's able to translate the meetings and all the involving better than I am because sometimes I'm very stressed or yes, oh, yes. So that's good.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed.
And I was just feeling that in my heart that that's such a good place to be, and actually the way you do it, of including and involving the family, that's also how I imagine your leadership to be. It's a democratic leadership. It's a participative leadership, and I think that's one of the strongest forms of leadership because you align people. Then you have buy-in and commitment. It's not like the leader saying it's my way or the highway. It's everyone agreeing to something.
And this not say that when I take a decision, it's my decision. Even if I talk with my employee, my manager, my son, my wife, just to see if, like you say, like to brainstorm and to see what is the best. But when I take a decision, finish. I will
Yeah,
not say, but you say to me that I
yeah,
need to do that. No, it's finish.
very strong, very good.
But it's very interesting to take, uh, and especially managers are on the ground, so sometimes they see things that you don't see, and they can tell you one word or one sentences that yes, perhaps we need to understand this.
And you said something really interesting. You said, when I take a decision, I take a decision. It's a firm decision. But there's so many times where we might not feel we've gathered all the information necessary for that decision. Is there a time where you might doubt your decision?
Look, if it's a big decision, for now it was a good decision. Okay, now for small things, marketing strategy, you can change things. And I'm not saying that I'm I'm not doing mistakes. I'm the best in procrastination, so it's a problem for me. And my son is here to remind me that, oh, did you do that? No, tomorrow. No, no, let's do it now. Yalla, make a meeting. So, but for now, I didn't take a decision that went bad. I don't know if we say that, but
Yeah, interesting. And you talked about, some decisions. What are big decisions for you?
signing a franchise agreement.
Okay.
So choosing this one instead of this family, for example. So hopefully, and thanks God that for now everything is. And after, um, if we are talking about family, okay, sometimes the cousins, for example, some of them were not, they didn't agree with the franchise model, for example. But and I understand because my cousins in Paris, they said, okay, we will open our own shops and we will manage our own shop. I'm not saying that this kind of work is not good or mine is the best, but today I'm open mind and I see the big picture. I was not seeing it like this perhaps 10 years ago. Because for me, oh, my family, they are very complicated. They don't want to improve. They don't want to develop. But today, 10 years, perhaps 6 or 7 years ago, I've thought, I've have a meeting with a family business specialist. And I was saying, oh, my family is like that. These are the problems. And I talked to her for 1 hour. After 1 hour, she said, okay, for this problem, you can solve it like this, like this. For this problem, you solve it. I said, what are you doing, talking about? Which problem? This is my problem. I said, no, these are all family business, or this one, or this one. So in my mind, I was completely, I was de-stressed. And
Yeah.
I understand that everything can be changed, and everything can be challenging, and there is a solution for every problem. So
And
today I'm looking for solution
yeah.
of the problems.
Yeah, you said it so beautifully because I also agree with you that, family businesses, many of them have the similar patterns. Um, at the end of the day, it's working on family relationships. It's not, you already have a baggage there. It's not like it's someone. And then, of course, the hiring and the firing and the expectations are extremely different, and the entire dynamic. But then you said you were able to see this bigger picture. So what shifted for you?
Uh, the way I talk with my cousins, with my uncles and father, the way I see the future also. Because in the beginning I say, oh, if I do that and they don't accept, and if this failed, how I will explain. Today I know that the failing is possible, but I took all the stage to be to get the best solution, the best way to do it. And today I'm more open to discussion, because I understand what they are thinking about. And my role today, not only me, all of us, is to find solution and to continue the legacy. This is my first purpose today. Continue the legacy. How I will give this legacy to my kids and the
Yeah.
cousins of my kids.
And Alexandre, beautiful that you said that. I can feel your legacy. But let me ask you, and it's a bit of a challenging question. Why are you holding this? Why is it not one other cousin, this role? Like, what's different and special about you?
Holding what? The development of machine in the GCC, because I decided. And for me, it's my like my small company, my small contribution for the whole things. Okay,
Okay.
because it was for me easier to do it like this, because I'm alone. I develop the brand, and after we will see how it will go. But we have the same brand, Bashir ice cream. Bashir Lebanese ice cream since 1936. So why I'm not alone. I'm alone here for the development. But
Yeah.
of course, I'm surrounding me with a lot of professional people. I
Yeah.
was in the beginning I was alone with two people. Today I have 4 or 5 people around me, or company, specialist company, like marketing consultant, and all this stuff. But so I'm not alone. And with my brother, but my brother didn't, he's in corporate business in France, but he's helping me for perhaps 2 or 3 years. Every week we do, or every 2 weeks, we do a meeting of updating what I'm doing. So because he has engineering thought and corporate thought, he was able to help me to pass this, especially in the beginning. But today, all my cousins are in the same way to do that, to pass the legacy.
Yeah.
At different level, I agree, but we are
Yeah.
all in the same.
And when does it get too much working with family? Like, at what time? Like, when do you say, do you ever have days that you're like, enough?
Uh, Look, my grandmother always told me, because you know, for 15 years when I was coming back, and that's the beautiful thing, that we are all in the business. So uh, when there is something, everyone knows the problems. Everyone know that, yes, you shout on this one, or you prefer this point of view instead of mine. And so my grandmother said, look, we are in family, so close your ear and continue. So perhaps in 1 week or 2 weeks, he will forget what he said, or he will pass by. Perhaps he will agree with you, but he don't want to agree because there is ego also. So ho- thanks God, my ego is very low. So I'm I think I will be the one who join, not join,
Yeah,
reconnect, or and my brother as well. I'm
yeah.
not saying that my cousins are not like that, but I think ego is it's a problem.
I was going to say that actually because
You put your ego aside, it
yeah,
will be okay. But
yeah,
when someone has a very strong ego, it's complicated. It's difficult to him to say, yes, you are right. He will perhaps say it, but in a different way. After 2 or 3 weeks, he say, okay, we need to do that. But you agree with Alexander? No, no, it's not Alexander's. It's we will do that. But the it's okay. You know, I will not say, you take my ideas, or vice versa,
yeah,
because we need to take the good things for the company. That's it.
yeah. And this is such an important point. So many things of what you said, that you don't blame people, you don't hold a grudge, you let it go, and you keep thinking of what's best for the business. What keeps your ego in check?
What keep my ego on the
You said
side?
I have a low ego. So how do you manage that? A lot of times people,
I think it's my personality, and also we are the third generation. So no, you know, the second generation, even if it's my grandfather who started ice cream, the development, the three new outlet in the 70s are be done by the second generation. So the second generation, their brand are, it's not, it's their life.
yeah,
I don't say that it's not my life, but I'm a little bit
yeah,
more behind that, and my sons are more than that. Marwan, if you tell him, oh, your ice cream is not good, okay, good point. Why? He will say why. My uncle, if you say your ice cream is not good, he will he will go. He will leave. He will leave the discussion. And I think not because my son don't like the brand. He's very proud to be Lebanese
yeah,
Bashir ice cream family, but and me, I'm in the middle,
yeah,
and I understand that it's a brand, and some people don't like it, and some people love it. So,
yeah,
but I think it's personality. You know, you know, when you are you how we said, not egocentric, but jealousy. This is a big problem because I'm not jealous, but I understand that someone who is jealous, it's a problem for him. And so these two things, I'm not jealous and I don't have a big ego. So
yeah. Very good qualities. Really important
I
qualities.
don't know, but
Yeah. So I know our time is coming to an end. I have two final questions, maybe a little faster. Um, what, Alexandre, is your superpower? What do you do really well in leadership?
I like to talk to people. I discover myself when I create my LinkedIn profile 6 years ago. I was very shy to connect with people, but I said I need to do it. I need to find a job. So I start using LinkedIn, and today LinkedIn is my best friend. That's the problem with my wife because she said you and your LinkedIn, and my
Might be a little jealousy there between LinkedIn and your
of
wife.
course that, and I understand her, but connecting people and talking to people,
Yeah,
and I think this is it's interesting because it's a good point because today I think if we talk and if you understand, not really understand, but if you hear people, it will be less problem. And I think today the war and all these crises, because people are not hearing at each other, talking to each other, and understanding what is the point of the other's one.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a conviction, you have your own agenda, but okay, but hear what he's telling you.
Yeah. Such good points. And maybe to close, one final question is someone who wants to work with a family business or the kind of journey maybe that you've had, what advice would you give them?
They are in a family business and they are not knowing if they continue in the family or they leave the family.
Yeah, maybe it's similar to when you were in France and
Yes,
is it a good thing to join a family business? What would you tell them?
yes, I think if you have the will to continue the legacy, I, I, I think you can, because you can buy companies, you can M&A or create a company. Of course, it's very good, and you can do both. Huh? You can be in the family business and create a new business, and it will be a family business for your kids or for your grandkids. But I think it's something you need to try. It's something you need to try, and as I said, if you put your ego aside and if you see the future and if you are willing to discuss and to create a company with the family, I think it's a good thing.
Okay. I still have one more question, and
Yes,
that
of course.
and that's because you talked about the vision. What is your dream for Bashir Ice Cream?
Uh, being everywhere in the 180, I don't know how many country there is, and be the, I don't know, I will not give brands, but be the leading ice cream coming from Lebanon.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not sure if I will be able to do it for the 10 or 15 years, but if I can say that for my kids and the kids of my cousins, I think it's a good and I think there is a potential,
Yeah.
because it's a beautiful brand, historical brand.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible, and we need just to be professional.
Yeah. Alexandre, that was a beautiful dream that you have. I know you and I are going to meet soon and enjoy a Bashir ice cream together in Dubai at some point.
Yes, with pleasure.
But thank you so much for your time, for your wisdom.
Welcome. Thank
Really,
you
thank you
for the
so much.
podcast and Frey for the interview. Thank you for the interview. Thank you very much.